Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second part of Case 2 of a Conflict of Interest. I don't remember the name of this turnabout by now. My apologies. And I guess we can continue where we left off. Are you ready, Mr. Parker? What? Are you ready, Mr. Parker? I'm currently, actually, drinking a glass of chocolate milk with a straw. I don't think we can get any more childish than that. Let's do this. Am I ready? I'll take that as a no. It's okay, Mr. Parker. We'll prove you're innocent. I knew I could count on you guys. He doesn't sound too sure about that. Do you know who's testifying today? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Miss Keys. Sarah? I could see that. She never did like me. Really? She didn't seem too antagonistic when we spoke yesterday. She's good at hiding her true feelings. You have to be when you're in the business. I'm sure there's a lot that Miss Sarah wasn't telling you. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the psych locks. She did have those psych locks. We never found out what was behind them. I wonder what she's hiding. And if it has anything to do with the why she doesn't like Mr. Parker. Hey, Nick, I was thinking. Yes? Is it really that bad that somebody killed Mr. Vivalis? If he was as bad as Cody says, then everybody's probably better off without him. Murder is murder, Maya. It doesn't matter if the victim deserved it or not. But Segalante's kind of a hero, isn't he? He's getting rid of organized crime in the city. Miss Edgewood had a friend who broke the law to help others. Yes. But she didn't impale the people that she stole from. Okay. Civilians shouldn't try to take the law into their own hands. We have the police and courts for a reason. It's almost time. We should head in. Oh, there was no music there. July 20th, 10 AM, District Courtroom number 3. I should probably save. Court is now in session for the trial of Wayne Parker. Let's see. Saving. Good. Now, excuse me a second. As I had assumed, there was some kind of issue with the sound. Now then, let us proceed. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Now, we've got this new prosecutor, which I've never met before. I have no idea what his quirks are, and as a consequence, I also have no idea what voice to give him. Let's see. The prosecution is ready. You may give your opening statements. Your Honor, we have been told thou shalt not kill. Everybody here has heard of the so-called superhero, Segalante, who goes through our streets, slaying criminals. I want to check his voice. His age. We don't have his profile. While his intentions may have been good, his actions are still inexcusable. As evil as the victim Michael Rivales may have been, Intentionally taking another human's life is never the correct course of action. Galanti evaded us for some time, but in the end, he has been captured. Today, you see him before you, for what he truly is. Nothing more than a scared, pitiful husk of a man. My, it certainly is hard to believe that this quivering man would be capable of murder. Looks can be deceiving. He may appear meek, but he is indeed a vicious killer. The prosecution will prove to you today that the defendant, Wayne Parker, is not only the culprit in this case, but also in all of Sir Galanti's many killings. Thank you, Mr. Warrington. It appears that you have everything under control today. As always, Your Honor. Wow, Mick! Detective Waters was right. This guy is good. I'll definitely have to be on my toes here. Does the defense have an opening statement? Your Honor, the defense believes that Mr. Parker is innocent, guilty of nothing more than being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I believe that the evidence shown today will prove this. You believe? Yes. Why? If you truly have the evidence you say you do, then you should not believe. You should know. I'm sorry. You should have had all your answers before you walked through that door. Oh no, that's not Phoenix's style. No. He enters the courtroom, no idea what the hell went on, and somehow the answers pop out in front of him. No, that is not Phoenix's style. My apologies. Milk. Your normal tactics won't work today, Wright. I'm going to review you for the shame that you are. Sham? What did I do to you? Have you two met before? No, Your Honor. Never. What was that all about? I'm not sure, but I get the feeling that he isn't too fond of me. He's never even met you. You aren't a sham. Well, thank you. Good old Maya will always be there for me. Enough chit-chat. We've wasted enough time already. Yes, enough chit-chat, Mr. Wright. He started it. The victim, whom I'm sure you've all heard of, was Michael Rivales, crime king of the underworld in the city. The defendant was caught entering the Rivales penthouse on the 30th story of the tower. The 30th story? That would be no easy task to climb up. Certainly not. Nobody could be up there by mere accident. Which, of course, means that this was premeditated. But wait just a minute, you don't know that. There's plenty of other reasons he could be up there. Is that so? Like what? Mr. Parker worked in the tower. Is it really that strange he was there? I'm glad you brought it up. The suspect was there for a meeting with his boss, a meeting which was requested by him. Any questions? Crap! Oh! Something seems to have broken, but never mind. Let us, save and reload. Give me a second. Didn't quite work. That's what I thought. Damn it! I can't let him get the upper hand this early. I'd like to hear more about the arrest. For that, I have a witness. She can tell you everything you need to know. Very well. Bring her in. Hi everybody. Please state your name and occupation for the court. That all? I can give you my phone number if you want. No, thank you. Your name and occupation will suffice. Do we have his profile yet? Ah, there we go. He's 57 years old. Phoenix at this moment should be Oh, we don't have Phoenix's profile, that's missing. About 36, 35, something to that effect. Oh, you sure? I'm sure, yes. Okay, because just saying, I'm totally already taken, but you don't... Name and occupation. My name's Sarah Keys. I was Mr. Rivali's secretary, before he got gutted, that is. Thank you for that image. I must say, it's so wonderful to be investigating here today. I'm so glad I could witness the murder and help you all solve it. Miss Keys, no sane person wants to witness a murder. Please keep comments like that to yourself. Well, excuse me, angry prosecutor man just doesn't get me, does he, Finny Poo? Don't drag me into this! Finny Poo. It's what she calls me. It's the greatest future wife and the future girlfriend could hope for, you know? Right, you haven't attempted to seduce the witness, have you? What? No! Mr. Wright, do you have any idea how immoral something like that is? No, Your Honor, I didn't. It's okay, Finny Poo. You don't need to hide the fact that you have stolen your precious little heart. Can I please just start the testimony? Yes, let's. Miss Keys, please tell us about when you saw the defendant that night. Okie dokie, Loki, I can do that. I think it's pretty obvious that Wayne did it. He came up and met with Mr. Rivali's right before he died. We have cameras watching each room, so there's lots of footage of him. There were the only two there, so he's the only one who could have done it. Did I do it right, Mr. Angry Prosecutor? I'd prefer Prosecutor Williamson, but yes, you did fine. Whoopee! That was a very thorough testimony. I don't see any room for doubt in it. Right? Yes? What are you waiting for? Cross-examination. I was planning on it. He's gonna cross-examine me? That sounds kinky. Believe me, Sarah, it's probably nothing like whatever you're imagining. It's a question of just shouting at the witness and telling her, give me more details. And then say, but that detail isn't precisely correct. It could be, with this circumstantial evidence, mean something else. Very circumstantial all around. It's room. When you say lots of footage, how much you mean? You know, like lots, tons, machu. I showed you that clip yesterday, remember? Here he is. Well, that certainly is the defendant. He's the only person we have a video of from that morning. That video doesn't show the crime. It's just a clip of my client entering the room. Objection! Were you paying attention? She said the defendant was the only person to go in there. I agree. She was quite clear on this point. Actually, she didn't say that he's the only one who went to the room. Just that he's the only one they have a video of. Okay, I'm gonna save it here, but the contradiction should have something to do with the earlier blackout, right? The crime took place at 6. The blackout came into being before 6 and things went back to normal after 6. So there is plenty of time for somebody to sneak in, kill him and sneak out. Let us then save. Before not doing anything stupid.
Objection!
Yep. This evidence proves that the witness is lying. Actually, no. However, it does prove that you're an idiot. Excuse me? I think what he's trying to say is that a penalty is in order here. That didn't quite go as planned. Yep, that didn't work.
Hold it!
Please leave your speculations to yourself, Sarah. You're going to turn all the jurists against me. Huh? But isn't that what we do in court? No. What we do in court is find the facts for the case through evidence. Please leave your personal thoughts out in the future. Oh, well, the rest of it was fine, right? Yes, I thought so. I didn't. This seems like a rather solid testimony. It's not what I would have liked to start off with, but I have to work with what they give me. Did you see anything wrong with it? Actually, I did notice something strange. Oh, go on, present something.
Hold it!
Did you see the meeting? No, Mr. Rivalis didn't like it when people eavesdropped on his personal conversations. He was a mob boss after all. Right, so I wasn't actually able to see Wayne kill him. But he did go in there. Do you happen to know what they talked about? Nope, he just came in and was all like, no, 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 and then I was like, oh, really? And he was like, and I was like, no! He was like, yeah! That's enough, thank you. The point is that the defendant met with the victim. So I said things just fine.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Yep. Great. This alone should be enough for a guilty sentence. Indeed. Once Mr. Wright is done with his cross-examinations, the judges can probably decide their verdict. In that case, I'd better find something quick. Finish this up, right? There's no need to drag it out. Present something. They are telling me that there is a contradiction right here. And, to be honest, do I have any way to contradict anything? There was somebody at the roof, but I don't think this is it. And it is true that there is some footage of that. It would either be the blackout data, wouldn't it? Or that thing, there's somebody there, right? To hell with it. If you'll excuse me, I'll go present things at random. Until I find a contradiction. Okay, so, I just had an idea. Basically, while talking yesterday, we saw that the footage was taken up until before the crime, and no footage was taken inside the penthouse itself. See? Except the penthouse. So, what reason have they to assume that he was in there during the murder? That's my question, not a clear contradiction, but it's something.
Objection!
What was it that you told me yesterday? I can't remember. I said lots of stuff. Let me remind you then. Mr. Rivalis had the cameras removed from his room a while ago. He said they spooked him, you know? Oh, right. That's right. You have lots of footage of Mr. Parker, but you're lacking video of the most important thing. The moment of the crime. There were no security cameras in the penthouse. Sorry? I must have forgotten that. That was awfully convenient of you to forget.
Objection!
You thought this would be easy, didn't you? Yes, there are no cameras in that room. I can't imagine why the witness would forget something trivial like that. Trivial? Yes, trivial. We don't need footage of the murder, because the point remains that the defendant was the only one to have an opportunity. Oh, yeah, he's right. Mr. Parker entered the penthouse. He was the last one to do so before Miss Keyes discovered the body. Mr. Wright, would you like to say anything to this? Well, it's not a matter of if I want to. If I don't, then this trial's already over. Mr. Williamson, I believe that somebody else did enter that room, but managed to evade the security system. Ha! Nonsense. Did you just make that up? Yes and no. I have a general idea of where I'm trying to go with this. Quit whispering amongst yourselves and give me some answers. How do you propose that somebody avoided an intricate network of cameras and alarms? And no, I will not accept ninjas as an answer. I wasn't planning on saying that. That would have been my first guess. Blind guessing gets you nowhere in this world. We are here in court to find solid answers. It was a joke. Save the humor for another time. And we're still waiting, right? Why all the hostility from this guy? Actually, it's not that complicated. Bypassing the system would have been very easy.
Take that!
If I recall correctly, there was a power outage that morning. Yes. This would have been the perfect opportunity for a third party to sneak in. An opportunity, yes, but that doesn't mean it actually happened. You can't just ignore the fact that for almost an hour, every camera in that building wasn't working. I'm not ignoring anything. It's you who are overlooking the fact that the Rivalis tower had multiple layers of security, not all of which required electricity to function. Miss Keyes being one of them. Huh? Me? Miss Keyes was stationed at the reception desk. She would have seen anybody who came into the room. Ouch! Somehow, I forgot there was a person watching that area the whole time. Why don't we ask her ourselves? Miss Keyes, did you see anybody else enter the room? No, I didn't. There's only one way in and one way out of that room, and that's through me. Nobody could have gotten in without me knowing. Here are the floor plans for the building. You will see that what she says is true. There is only one room leading into the penthouse. The only way to access this door is through the reception, where the witness was. I see! But what is this strange symbol on the left side? That would be a window. Mr. Rivalis had a rather large baked window, from which he could view the entire cityscape. The court accepts these floor plans as evidence. Building floor plans added to the court record. The prosecution would also like to present this photo of the crime scene. So much blood! That must have been a very serious wound. He's dead, after all, Your Honor. Crime scene photo added to the court record. And that, as they say, is that. God, this trial's spinning out of control faster than I can say guilty. I believe that we've heard enough. I see no reason to prolong this trial. The jury may decide... Yes, Mr. Williamson? Your Honor, at the beginning I said it was the prosecution's goal to prove Wayne Parker is guilty of all of Segalante's crimes. We have yet to even touch on the subject. Oh, yes, I'd forgotten about it. We can't have that man walking away only charged with one murder now, can we? It would be an injustice to the dead. This is just great! He held off the verdict so that he could add even more punishment. One thing though, new team. This is probably Obadiah's team, and I kinda like it. No objections here. Segalanti leaves his mark after each crime. The nature of this mark is known only to the top people of the investigation. When questioned, the defendant knew a rather suspicious amount about it. So he was privy to knowledge he should not have been. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this accusation? Nick, you better think up something fast. They don't give get-out-of-jail-free cards to serial killers. I know, I'm thinking. Remember everything Cody told us about Segalanti? He gave us that neat poster and everything. I don't think Cody's the best person to be looking into for information. Yeah, well, at the moment he's all we've got. We barely know anything about Segalanti besides what he told us. That's all we have to go on here. Well, I guess she's right. Is there any evidence which shows that Mr. Parker isn't Segalanti? How about the fact that somebody was on the roof about the time of the murder? Does that prove anything? Let's save.
Take that!
My client isn't Segalanti and this proves it. Right, I'd like to thank you. Really? For what? For making my job easier. Yes. And mine as well. You're welcome. Nick, you'd better think up something fast. Lady will protect the innocent. Besides this photo, I really don't know. I would like to say that I can use logic to solve this, but okay, here are the facts. The hint is apparently Cody. Cody is the one who knows most about Segalanti, and therefore, Cody gave us two things. He gave us this photo of someone on the roof of the building during the same night the murder occurred. He also gave us this promo poster telling us of Galanti's creed to slay the evil and protect the innocent. Broken gun. Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with Cody. So, therefore, these are the only two pieces of evidence I can think are relevant. I already know that the photo isn't, leaving us with merely Segalanti's promo poster. Do we have something else? Not really. So, okay, let's present the poster. Yeah, that will totally work.
Take that!
Another penalty. Okay, what more do I have? Why can't I just say there is no evidence? That'd make my job easier. Yep, didn't think it was. Okay, you guys have no reason to be watching me fumble about like an idiot. I'll be right back. Okay, so, I think I figured it out, and turns out, if I'm right, then I'm an idiot. Segalanti, this armored knight. We've already met him once. Indeed, he was with his armor and everything. Now, remember, we saw him go into the room. Was he armored? Does this guy right there look like Segalanti to you? Exactly. It doesn't exactly look like him. So, I'm gonna use that as my contradiction. Let's go!
Take that!
Let's take a look at that security tape again. What do we see? Why, I see the defendant! Presumably on his way into the penthouse, right, Sarah? Right. What are you getting at? I see nothing strange. And therein lies our problem. What do you mean? It's not what I see, so much as it is what I don't see. Prosecutor, what is Sir Galanti known for dressing up as when he kills his victims? That's classified. Well, nevertheless, somewhere along the line that information got leaked, and now teenage boys everywhere are able to imitate him to their heart's content. It's a knight, isn't it? Yes. Tell me, where in this picture did you see a knight? I don't. Finally, some progress. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that you finally made some progress. Well, that's not the case. What? He's a mind reader too now? And no, I'm not a mind reader, but you're overlooking one very important thing. Just because Galanti is famous for his knight armor, doesn't mean that he has to wear it everywhere he goes. Maybe he decided to go undercover this time. Actually, I have a problem with the idea that this was even one of Galanti's kills to begin with. What? What are you talking about? So Galanti personally confessed to us like night. I know, but I never believe that. They'd accuse me of making it up to cover for the defendant. I'm just trying to buy Mr. Parker some more time. What? Of course it was Sir Galanti. How can you be so sure? The scene fits his current MO to the T. His handwriting is all over it. What? What? Why would he draw on the crime scene? Metaphorically speaking, of course. I disagree. Once again, something very important is missing. You disagree? Ha! This is rich. What do you know? I've been chasing after this guy for 3 years. I didn't even know he existed until yesterday. Yesterday was enough. Detective Waters told me enough to know that something very big is missing from the crime scene. What's missing? What are we looking for? I think the right answer is I don't know. Truth be told, I'm not exactly sure. I have a very general idea though. Tell me! Galanti's mark. We had a chance to investigate the crime scene yesterday. We found nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like Detective Waters needs some more supervision if he's letting the defense attorney onto the scene. Mr. Williamson, did you know that the mark was not found? Yes, I did. However, that's irrelevant. The marks are never found right away. Wait, what? Galanti doesn't leave his marks at the scene of the crime. I never said that. And I'm sure that Detective Waters didn't either. Where does he leave them then? Usually in a nearby building. They always have a photo of the victim on the ground beside them. It makes it easy for us to identify his hits. That's strange. Why were they so confident that Segalanti is the killer? They apparently haven't even found the mark yet. We have other ways of telling when he's killed somebody. It's just never confirmed until we find the mark. And what are these ways? Weapon type, position of the body, ferocity of the attack. Well, that's all circumstantial until you find a mark, though. Sometimes circumstantial is all you need. I believe that you're familiar with this concept. Aren't you? Right. Wait, is he referring to that case? How would he be upset about that? The prosecution remains convinced that Galanti was the culprit here, unless you can somehow prove that the defendant didn't commit his crime. I see no reason why we can't end things here. Agreed. Uh-oh, looks like things just got turned around again. Ferocity of the attack, ferocity of the attack. Hey, you know, I thought it was kind of strange how Wayne had torn open Mr. Rivali's body so much. It seemed like overkill. Now I realise why. It's because it's so Galanti. A superhero has to be dramatic, so he had to create a dramatic scene. If I want this to keep going, I'm gonna need this woman to talk more. Sarah, you found the body, didn't you? Uh-huh. Would you like to say anything about it? Only that it was totally messy. I'd advise against questioning the witness on the corpse. She tends to get a bit excited. Hey, that's not nice. Do I want her to testify some more? Oh, God. I'm trying to buy time, aren't I? As much as I'd like to avoid it, this might be our only chance. The defense requests that the witness testify about when she found the body. Well, Mr. Williamson. Let us speak. Nothing's going to change. But don't say that I didn't warn you. Miss Keys, please tell us about your discovery of the body. Okay. Ugh. I noticed that Mr. Rivales hadn't left his office for a while, so I went to check on him. I found him dead, on the ground. The knife, the murder weapon, was lying right next to his body. I rushed to call the police right away after that. You did a good deed, calling the police. That's what any good citizen would do. Gee, thanks. Need I remind you, Your Honor, that this woman works for the mob? I hate needless banter. Right, your cross-examination, please. Do you normally check up on him? I usually only went in if you needed something. You'd call my cell phone if you wanted me. However, that morning, I hadn't seen him since Wayne left. I thought to myself, about Wayne killed him, don't you know? Where do I even begin to count the number of logical fallacies this woman makes? When he had guests, he'd usually phone to let me know when they were leaving. But not this time. He was probably dead by that point. Yeah, probably. Oh, this isn't gonna help my case. The defendant entered the room and then left. Shortly after Miss Keys came in, she found him dead. What conclusion are we to come to from this? Well, it would appear that the defendant killed him, wouldn't it? That's correct. This is the only logical conclusion. When I went in there around 6:15, he was already dead. He'd probably been that way for a few minutes already. According to the autopsy, the statement is accurate. Hold on. What you just said, I think it's very important. According to the autopsy. No, not you, the witness. Who? Me? But I don't see any other witnesses around here. Your Honor, I request that the witness add a last statement to the testimony. Miss Keys, you heard him. Okay. So, 6 AM. The lights hadn't yet been returned.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Well, duh. I still had my cell phone. I could see the time from that. I can't remember exactly when Wayne left, but it was just a little before that. About how long would you say? I don't know, maybe a few minutes at most? This is the only opportunity the killer would have had. That brief period between when Mr. Parker left and when Sarah entered the room. Since the statement is important, I want to present something here, but right now I don't think I have anything that directly contradicts anything.
Hold it!
As excuse me, as opposed to that on the ceiling. Oh, you're being silly. You can find a body on the ceiling. Or, wait, maybe you could if it wasn't ordinary with it. I think that's enough. We don't want to hear any more of your sick fantasies. I was just offering a hypothetical situation. She didn't say hypothetical and I didn't read it. I think you mean hypothetical. Is that what the word is? I always get those two mixed up. I'm pretty sure what you used isn't even a word. No? I'm almost suddenly I saw it in the thesaurus once. You mean the dictionary? There's a difference? Something tells me she isn't the type to casually browse through either. Does this conversation have a point? No, not really. Then why are we having it?
Hold it!
Could you tell us more about the knife? Yeah, it was totally bloody and gross. I think there was still some little pieces of... Gah! No, that's not what I meant. Huh? Could you tell us more about... Knife's owner would be my guess. Do you know who the knife belonged to? Well, yeah, it was Wayne. Oh, actually I think Waters mentioned that yesterday. I better save before I screw up much more. I see no reason not to add it to the testimony. This sounds very important. This sounds important. Put it there. Okay.
Hold it!
So, this knife belonged to my client. He'd bring it into work sometimes. Even left his fingerprint on it. Right, Mr. Angry Prosecutor? Fingerprints. Yes. Fingerprints on the murder weapon. I don't think I've ever presided over a case where the defendant had fingerprints on the murder weapon, but was still innocent. I'll just let that one pass. This does make Mr. Barker look clearly bad though.
Hold it!
When you say right away, you mean immediately after finding the body? As soon as I got over the shock of finding my boss's guts spilled out all over, you know? How much time would you say passed? I don't know, a minute or two? It was pretty disgusting and I was pretty grossed out. It would be a reasonable reaction to finding a dead body. The police have a record of the call. We can confirm that Miss Keys is the one who made it. There's also the security tapes. Security tapes? Yep, I made the call while I was in reception. There's a video of me doing it. We can confirm this as well. Something's very wrong. Why is there a video when you went there at about 15? Witness! Aww. Surely you can see the contradiction you've just made in your own story. I can't? Maybe I should point it out for you. I don't think this is actually a contradiction because she took about 15 minutes. She had to take about 13 minutes at the least. And is that a realistic 13 minutes after finding a body? Maybe a bit. Maybe a bit.
Take that!
Sarah, you've just contradicted yourself. According to you, you checked up on the victim close to 6:15. When did I say that? About 30 seconds ago. You don't remember? Well, maybe I... Not getting out of this one, Sarah. If you went to the penthouse at 6:15 and called the police a few minutes later, it would be impossible for there to be a security recording of you. How come? Look, if you recall, there was a power outage that morning. So, it lasted until 6:27. You went to the penthouse around 6:15. There's almost a 15-minute gap between when you went to the penthouse and your call to the police. Oh, come on! What he's saying is that it's obvious you didn't call right away. Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe I didn't. Sarah, what were you doing during that 15-minute period? I don't know. Kinda forgot. Thou shalt not lie, Miss Keys. Please tell us what you were doing. That is... there. Well... well... Speak clearly. I was looking for my phone. I lost it during the blackout and was having trouble finding it. I had to wait until the power came back on before I could see it. That sounds like the biggest cop-out answer ever. Totally. Nick, find something wrong with this, or we're totally gonna lose. You totally don't want that to happen. I am not. I am not joining in on this little fad. I'm a bit worried. I might have turned off my mic. No, probably not. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything is working. There's no way you just lost your phone. Can you prove that she didn't? Oh, maybe not. Then keep quiet and don't point. It's rude. Sorry. This doesn't seem right. Sarah losing her phone at the most critical moment is too convenient. So, it didn't. Can we prove that she didn't lose the phone? Haha! Look here, it was probably around 6:15 that I entered his office. She said she used the cell phone, right? How the hell would I point out this kind of contradiction then? So, goes in, 6:15, she somehow loses her phone in this period, alright, for 15 minutes until she finds it again when the light comes back on. This doesn't make the least bit of sense. But I don't know how to contradict to it. Okay, I'll go think of another contradiction I can point out, because I think I pressed everything. If you excuse me. Let's press more statements. It's the only thing I can do.
Hold it!
Oi, wrong statement.
Hold it!
The knife design. What did a knife look like? Kinda like that one. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. I was hoping to hear more about it from you. Oh well. You just want to hear my voice some more, don't you? Sure. Whatever gets you talking, I guess. I had a rather pretty blade. About half foot, maybe? Such a shame it was used the way it was. This sounds very important. Please add it to your testimony. Okay. "7 inches deep." Whatever.
Objection!
5-inch blade, huh? Uh-huh. I can measure it if you want. That's okay. I'll take your word for it. However, there is one little thing I can't take your word on. And that's this knife being the murder weapon. What? I thought the police had verified that it was the weapon. Let's take a look at the autopsy report. It says that the wound is 7 inches deep. But there's no way you could create a 7-inch wound with a 5-inch blade. No, we could have, you know, shoved it in all the way up to the handle. No, that can't be true either. The blade of this knife is covered in blood, but there isn't a single drop on the handle. The one thing we can assume from this glaring contradiction is that the killer would have needed to use a much larger weapon than this knife. Oh, right, but I think there's still a problem. What's that, Miss Keats? Couldn't one have, like, cut in modern ones? Could have easily cut that. Just use it like a saw, you know? Cut past all the tissue and bone with several strokes. Well, Mr. Wright? What? No, I don't understand her answer. Because, no, it's still just 5 inches long. Even if you're using it like a saw, it doesn't get longer. You can't make 7 inches with 5 without getting the handle bloody. It just doesn't work, does it? I'll say here, it doesn't make sense to me. No, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't? Now take another look at the autopsy. It says there was only one cut. That means the sawing motion wasn't possible. Well, Sarah? Sorry, maybe not. Perhaps you have an idea of what the real murder weapon would have been. And why would she? Are you trying to accuse my witness of murder, right? What? No, you'd never do that to me. If you're going to make accusations, I want to see evidence. Do you have anything to show that Miss Keys killed the victim? I didn't exactly accuse her. Yet. But she did lie about the murder weapon. Lied? Or was simply mistaken? I promise you I wasn't lying, I think. Of course you weren't. You see, this witness, unlike the defendant, has no motive to lie. I'll grant you that the knife wasn't the murder weapon. Truth be told, I've had my doubts ever since the autopsy report was written. Then why would you present it like that? I didn't. She did. Huh? The true murder weapon will probably never be found. Now you proved one thing. That the knife wasn't what killed Mr. Rivalis. Yes, but what did that accomplish? Sarah, I could accept a small slip-up. Your testimony has shown not one, but 2 major contradictions. 2? I can't accept that as just coincidence. First, you conveniently lose your phone when you need it the most, and then it turns out that it was impossible for the supposed murder weapon to have killed the victim. I guess I was mistaken? Well, I think that's also rather convenient. I'm going to stop before you go any further. This woman is innocent. Don't even think about accusing her. I hadn't! Excuse me. I know your tricks. You hadn't, but you were going to. You're just jumping to conclusions. That does tend to be how your trials turn out. What does? You know, accuse the witness and prove they're the real killer? Could I speak for just a moment? She was the only other person on that floor that morning. Maybe. Just like a defense attorney to place the blame anywhere but on their client. Well, place the blame on whoever deserves it. Or on whoever you say deserves it. Excuse me? Mr. Wright, were you going to accuse the witness of murder? I don't actually have anything that connects it to the crime. It would be idiotic to try that. No, Your Honor. Well, then perhaps we should... Hey! Shut up and listen to me while I'm talking! Yes, Parker killed him. It doesn't matter whether or not he used that knife. And it doesn't matter when I called the police. He's still the only one who went into the room. There was a blackout. Weren't you listening to me before? I would have still seen anybody coming into that room, and I didn't see anybody. Parker entered. Parker left. Nobody else. That certainly puts a damper on the defense's case, doesn't it? Yes, if the defendant was the only one to come into the room, then he's the only possible murderer. Let's close this case out. There's no reason to make it longer than it has to be. No, not yet. Wait, Your Honor. I request that the witness testify again. No, we still haven't heard a detailed report on the blackout. You mean a detailed report? You mean a detailed report on nothing? You want her to testify on all the suspicious people she did? Oh God. I don't know, this guy is hilarious. Though he doesn't do it on purpose. I don't think. You wanted to testify on all the suspicious people she didn't see pass through. There had to have been some gap where the killer snuck in. The killer didn't sneak in. He walked right past her. She has testified to this very fact. Crap! Poor Mr. Parker. I agree with Mr. Williamson on this. There's no reason to hear from the witness again. Actually, yeah, I'll testify. Miss Keys, I'd really appreciate it if you left those kind of decisions up to me. No, you know, it's okay. I'm totally fine with handling the responsibility. That's not what I meant. Let me do it, Mr. Judge. I can tell you all about how it has to be weighed. But the witness wants to testify, Your Honor. Are you really going to deprive her of that pleasure? Why, no, I suppose not. If it means that much to you, I see no reason not. This is absurd. This would just be a waste of time. Oh, quiet you. What? I'm doing this for you, though, Finny Pooh. So that means this Saturday... Hey, wait! Just agree to it, Nick. Is that really the only way? So, I guess a testimony, right? About the blackout, right? Oh, God. Even after the lights went out, I could still see fine. I would have seen anybody coming up on the elevator or the stairs. Those are the only two ways into the penthouse. One's the only one I saw during that time. Not only did the defendant enter the room, it was impossible for anybody else to go in after him without the witness knowing. Right. Only one person had an opportunity to attack the victim. The rest doesn't matter. Right. Only one person, huh? Right. Well, this is just great. Things are looking worse than before. Yes, but this also might be the break that we've been looking for. If you say so.
Hold it!
How could you see without any light? There's a window in that hallway. The moon gave off enough light for me to see. See? Right here. That's a pretty small window. Yeah, I actually think it's kind of tacky to have it in there. Would moonlight alone be enough to recognize another person? Maybe not enough to recognize someone. But that's kind of pointless if no one showed up, you know? I guess so. Which I guess brings me to my next point.
Hold it!
You didn't see anybody else during the blackout? Nope. Nobody. Nobody at all. Nope. You sure about that? She said no. Stop badgering her. Sustained. We have no reason to believe that she saw anyone else. Do I have evidence that proves otherwise? Oh. Proof that she saw someone else? I don't think we have anything. Hey, pass. I don't think I have anything that shows another person came through the reception area. Maybe she's telling the truth.
Hold it!
Could there be some other way? A vent, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Well, that's not good enough!
Objection!
Why are we arguing over how somebody might have snuck into the room? There isn't anything to show that it actually happened. Nobody else went up there. End of story. If there was another way in, then the testimony is completely invalid. It's up to you to prove that then, isn't it? Please continue, Miss Keys. You betcha! Wayne's the only one I saw during that time. That doesn't quite work right. That's not how it works. You don't tell a witness to say what he wanted to say. I did see him. It was Wayne. No, the real killer. Oh, look at you. You're so cute when you're angry. I'd be a lot less angry if you were more helpful. Sorry, I can't lie in here, you know? Wayne totally did it. She seems intent on getting Mr. Parker convicted. Okay. How about the window? The window. Yeah, it might be the window. Allow me to say. Let's show the window because that totally seems logical.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. There is at least one more way to get into the penthouse suite. Nah. Yeah.
Objection!
Try taking another look at that map. Getting into that room wouldn't be possible. Not without going past Miss Keys, at least. It's you who need to look again, prosecutor. You're overlooking something very obvious. Let me guess. The killer flew in. Oh no, wait. He teleported. No, the real answer is much more simple than that. How did the killer enter the room? Well, not through the reception area, not through the elevator. My only answer would be the window, but the he flew in comment is making me suspicious, but I'm still going to point there. I'm not getting a penalty, I don't think.
Take that!
Prosecutor, what did you say the symbol on the map meant? That's a window. Why? It just so happens that at the crime scene, this particular window was open. Why would there be an open window? At that high up, it would be really chilly. Exactly. There's no reasonable explanation for the penthouse window to be open. Unless... Enough! Gah! I can think up of a dozen good reasons for somebody to open it. The fact it was open means nothing. I think it does. You wanted a way somebody could sneak in, and I gave it to you. Do you even know what you're saying? You expect anyone in this room to buy that some person scaled a 30-story building and then entered one of the windows from the outside? The mere thought of it is absurd. Those windows don't even open from that direction. What? We'll check. It's impossible to enter from the outside without breaking the glass. And of course, that was intact. The window was still open though. Somehow, for whatever reason, somebody opened it. Detective Waters and his team were ordered to leave the scene as they found it, so it had to have been open when the murder occurred. It still doesn't prove that some kind of ninja assassin climbed up 350 feet up the side of the building. No, it doesn't. The window was just the entry. However, I can prove that somebody else was up there who shouldn't have been.
Take that!
What is this? Why haven't I seen that photo yet? I'm sure you all have by now, if you'd let a certain teenager onto the crime scene. Don't you dare tell me how to do my job. There's some kind of robot on the roof. Actually, Your Honor, if I had to guess, I'd say that it's a human. And it's a human who killed Michael Rivale.
Objection!
You can't prove that person is related to the crime. It's probably just a janitor fixing something. Really? Tell me, prosecutor, what kind of janitor would be dressed up like they're ready to slay a dragon? You do bring up a good point, Mr. Wright. This figure on the roof is certainly suspicious. I'd like to remind the court that Sergalanti's sets favour a night-themed motive. Something we can also say about our mystery prowl. Since my client was seen by the witness entering through the hallway, he couldn't be the person on the roof.
Objection!
We're assuming this knight is a killer. Even if he was in the room, how did he make it into the penthouse? Through the window! That's a good 20 feet from the top of the building. What? Was this knight also some kind of human arachnid? Last I checked, people can't climb solid metal walls. Somebody dressed as Sergalanti was hiding on the roof when the crime happened. How did he get into that room? I don't know! I literally don't know! Well, it looks like neither side has the answers to everything. No, I suppose not. Perhaps it would be best if we extended the trial. The defense is fine with this, Your Honor. As is the prosecution. We agree on something. Very well. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. Sheesh! Jesus Christ. Okay, so this makes for part 2, the second trial. To be honest, I'll get some comments in. I didn't like it as much as the last trial I played, but there were some things that seemed not contradictory enough, and some shifty things like the cell phone. She could see the sign with the cell phone, and then later she lost her cell phone, and we couldn't contradict any of that, so bit weird. Either way, that finishes up the first trial segment. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you at a later date. Now, if you'll excuse me.